Hey, what's up, ZM? You got a minute?
For you? Of course I do. How you doing?
We have put together a book called From One Spear to Another, in which you have played a large part. I would like to ask you, how did you feel originally seeing the first manuscripts I handed you about 3 or 4 months ago, and I gave you the right to have a look at the material and judge for yourself what you thought was the what would be in this edition?
Well, Dustin, I'm glad you asked that. I think we had a decent selection of some wonderful poets and poetesses and some new ones that we decided to add on. And, of course, I've always felt honored to be a part of Harbinger Asylum in general and to create an anthology. This is just amazing. I mean, they did a really terrific job on this. I'm really looking forward to seeing this being released on Valentine's Day.
Now, I was the one to make the decision of sending it and having it for sale on Valentine's Day, and I wondered, do you think that will have any effect on the sales? I mean, is that a good decision for Valentine's edition of Harbinger Asylum to come out?
I think so. I mean,
Valentine's is a poet's holiday.
yeah. I mean, especially for love poets. I mean,
Yes.
like me. I mean, I've always enjoyed love poems and writing them. But I think it would definitely boost sales. I mean, besides the occasional candy and flowers and cards and
That's an excellent idea. We could probably market it as a Valentine's gift to some of the poets or
why
something.
not? Why not? The universe is our oyster, right? Is that what they say?
Exactly. Exactly.
Ah,
Ah, a pun from a poet. So, are you impressed? I mean, at the edition you're holding right now, it's a proof copy,
am I
but
impressed? I mean, this looks more professional than anything I've ever seen. I mean, I realize it's a proof copy. We've got our own ISBN number, our own barcode.
it looks beautiful.
It's just amazing, and the artwork, of course, is just incredible as well. Amanda J. Prather did a terrific job on this.
Do you feel that being a part of Harbinger Asylum, along with Ian Moss, is this a good part of your life? Is this something you anticipate to continue working with? I mean, even if you became a big name in poetry, would you still look back on Harbinger Asylum as being a good thing that you were a part of?
Not only would I look back, I mean, I don't intend to look back at Harbinger. I'm going to keep at it. You know, I mean, there's no turning. I don't want to look back. This is Harbinger Asylum has been one of the biggest highlights of my life ever since I've been appointed assistant editor, and I take great pride in that position with all my heart. It's quite an honor. I love promoting our magazine. I love spreading just the love of poetry, no matter what it takes, because poetry lives. You know this.
Yes, I do. Have you ever felt, this is a very bizarre question and it's very personal, have you ever felt that poets are alienated and persecuted just for being poets, that other people do not understand and comprehend writing itself and why poets do it, and they think it's gay or silly? Or do you think that that's something that a lot of idiotic people in this culture really believe and think?
I mean,
Because I know we were both harassed in high school and junior high, and
oh yeah.
I sometimes was harassed just because I wrote. You know, people thought that was strange.
Well, I mean, first of all, past is past. You know, this is the now. You know, is it Carl Sandburg who said poetry is not for most people? Who said that?
E. Cummings.
Right. Look at me, looking like an idiot on YouTube. I mean, to be honest, I really don't care what they think of us as poets. In fact, I'm nothing. I'm just the holder of the pen. I'm just the creator. My words are what matter, not me. You know. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean.
Totally. And do you think there is a kind of universal archetype for the poet, the bard, somebody who, represents that a poet itself has a sincere essence as to who they are as a human being and as a poet? I mean, is there a certain criteria that a poet has to be personally as a poet to be a poet?
Not necessarily. I mean, being a poet is like poetry in general. You know, that it may have some structures, but it's it's freedom. You know, I mean, it's Sid Barrett said, "Freedom is what I'm after," and I really relate that a lot to. I mean, I'll be a poet the way I see fit. You know, there are of course some standards, but not really. But the most important thing, though, I don't. The word limit is not in my vocabulary when it comes to this. When it comes to poetry, there's no limit. There's no. There's just no bounds, you know, to what we can accomplish, you know, and what we're capable of.
And I have heard it said, and this is my final question. I've heard it said that poetry has a power. Shelley wrote that poets are the unacknowledged legislators of this planet. That is kind of a mystical for something that an atheist said. I mean, Shelley was basically a non-believer for a while. Then he became a little bit more on the religious side before he died. But he said that as a kind of atheist, a skeptic or agnostic. And I wondered what your thoughts on that. Does poetry have a power that remains kind of latent in the universe?
Oh yes.
Does it have the power to create
Yeah.
events and structure reality? I mean, I know it has the power to interpret what you see, what you feel. Does it have the power to say something universal that's way beyond even the poet's comprehension?
Most definitely. I mean, I believe we exceed our own expectations as far as that is concerned a lot of the time.
Do we have God on our side?
Who knows? Who knows? We have words, and that's what's important. Like I said in my last video, Jim Morrison said that humans may come and go, they may live or die, but words will remain forever.
And with that said, I acknowledge this book as a prime achievement in the history of poetry. I would like people to purchase it. It will be available on CreateSpace, and all the poets will. I will send them a email, and the local poets will be involved in a event at Mod Coffee House in Galveston when it is arranged. I will let them know and give them a heads up on it, and they should be able to make it. And it'll be a great event with great music, great poetry. This book is dedicated to Neil Armstrong, and it is a wonderful achievement, and I am very proud, and I know ZM is also very proud. Thank you for listening to this wonderful interview, and please feel free to purchase this book when it is available.
From One Sphere to Another, Best of Harbinger Asylum 2010 to 2012. Get yours on Valentine's Day. Thank you.
And thank you, ZM.